Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Women Are Worthy show. We're on the Women Are Worthy network on YouTube. So come on. Also, before my team gets on me, if you want to join our tribe, you must subscribe. Yes. Did I get that right? Okay. You must subscribe. So make sure you subscribe to because we're putting out great content and we want your support. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Women Are Worthy Network. Okay, Rochelle, the Women Are Worthy Network. Now, it's a wonderful Wednesday. It's Women Wednesday. It's just so great meeting and knowing this young lady. I got to know her, having a conversation with her. So today we're going to be talking about how does one turn their passion into purpose? Because look, I need to take notes. Where's my pen? Where's my paper? Because I got to take some notes. You can live your best life and most fabulous life with guidance from Rochele Marie Lawson. And she has 3 pillars. Come on, I need y'all to listen to me carefully. She has 3 pillars. She has a 3-pillar approach to total holistic healing: wellness, wisdom, and wealth. Yo, she's using all W's. That's what I'm talking about. So she wants you to take control of your passion into purpose. She wants you to learn to be, you're going to conquer your fears and even find out what it means to detoxify. Let me come a little closer. She's going to teach you how to detoxify, which is a key of living to the fullness of life. So basically, once you detoxify and get rid of toxins, toxic people, toxic situations, family members. Oh, I got to listen up because, girl, do I got some toxic family members? Enough about me. Enough about me. It's not about me now. So we want to welcome, again, the one and only Rochele Marie Lawson. Hello, Miss Lawson.
Hello, how are you?
Girl, I'm doing fine because you're going to help me detoxify some family out of my life. So I got to take notes. So forgive me. Look, forgive me if I'm not paying too much attention, looking at you, because I'm taking notes, honey. I'm taking notes.
All right, girl. You ready?
So yeah, let's talk about this. Let's talk about who you are, why you're doing what you're doing, and let's get right into detoxifying and helping us with the wellness, wisdom, and wealth.
Okay. So I'm Rochele Marie Lawson, known as the Queen of Feeling Fabulous. I have been a very successful business owner going on 31 years, and I have 2 businesses. The business where I focus on wellness, wisdom, and wealth is actually helping all of you out there to really step in and own, not only turning your passion into purpose and that into profit, but also help you to step in owning your dream life. And so the pillars I focus on are wellness, wisdom, and wealth. Without those 3 pillars being completely balanced, you cannot live your dream life. If any of those pillars are off, it's impossible to live your dream life because you have some gaps you need to fill. And when you've got gaps you need to fill, you can't proceed forward without filling those gaps appropriately. So that's pretty much what I do. I take you from where you want to go with regards to whether it's just a holistic approach to your complete well-being and your mindset, wisdom, transformation of that. Or if you are ready to transform and elevate your life and really step into owning and claiming your purpose so that you can turn that into your passion and profit, then I help you to do that and go from not having a business to having a very successful business. But we got to work through some things. We have to identify some things, and that starts with the wellness pillar. And so part of that is you got to get rid of some out of your life. And so yes, that S word, it ends with a T, but you got to get rid of that before you can really proceed on to really getting those pillars of wellness, wisdom, and wealth balance. And how we do that is we detoxify not only our bodies, but our mind, our relationships, our career aspirations, our dream life, wishes, wants, imaginations. Because sometimes what we've dreamed about is not necessarily what's going to be beneficial or holistic or healing to us in our life when we truly step into our dream life. So detoxification encompasses a whole bunch of things beyond just our body.
And so what's the number one that you see the most sought after question that people are asking you while you're helping them do this?
Well, with regards to what I do, because I do everything is a holistic approach. They want to know what the holistic approach is. What exactly does that entail? And does it really work? And so the answer to my first question of what exactly is it is utilizing the principles of goodness, positive energy, positivity, not only within yourself, but that is all around you and in everything you do. And when you take a look at something, whether it's business, relationship, family, career choices, financial choices, of all of that, you look at it from a holistic approach. When you do that, you step out of being that ego-based driven person. You stepped out of being biased for one way or another, and you can actually look at whatever it is in a manner that is going to be most beneficial to your mind, body, and spirit. And so people are like, well, how do you do that with a business? Or how do you, they kind of get it with how you can do that with wellness, but how do you do that with a business? And it's the same thing. Every business choice, every business decision, everything you make as a business owner or running a team in a business or a manager or whatever, you can utilize the gifts of coming from a holistic standpoint and utilizing holistic principles to make the best choice for not only you, the team, but the overall goal of the company. And so it's easy to do once you learn how to do it. And once you learn how to do it, you don't want to go back to the way you were doing it before. So
And I like
it's,
that. I like what
it's,
you're saying, because if our body is our temple, and if we're entrepreneurs, business owners, whatever, womenpreneur, whatever, what you're saying is the same thing. That way we're treating our body, mind, body, and spirit. We should also do that, apply that to our business, because if you no longer have stinking thinking in this temple, and your business should also be another temple. So
exactly.
we have to apply that. I'm liking you. I'm liking you, girl. I'm liking
It's
you.
true. I mean, you have to apply that to everything, and once you get, and here's the other thing. It you don't have to be a very religious person to do it. Okay. So some people are like, well, I'm not religious, or whatever. It has nothing to do with that. It
Right.
has nothing to do with that. It has to do with you being balanced in yourself. So those balanced positive aspects of you exude out in everything that you do in life. And so when you learn how to ebb and flow in those states, and of course you can incorporate your religion into it, or your spiritual practices or whatever, but it's not necessary, because when you learn to ebb and flow in those places, you come from a place of goodness, positivity, and win-win versus conquer and destroy type of thing. And so it's amazing when you see the transformation. But here's not the other thing is, when you learn how to make, or you begin to make that transformation, and you see it happening and evolving in whatever area you're focusing on in your life, it becomes like this orgasmic explosion is the best way to describe it. Orgasmic explosion, because it's like, oh my God, I want to do it again, and again and again. When you realize that what you're doing is good, and the more, of course, more good you put out, the more comes back to you. It's the magnetic attraction thing. So it's amazing, it's addictive, and it's a beautiful process to live our lives.
It is, because for me, I look at things mind, body, and spirit. I believe in manifestation. I'm spiritual. I don't think I'm religious. I believe in a higher power. I personally believe in Jesus, but I also am not gonna. I like taking things from different teachings, from
Mm-hmm.
Buddha, from different teachings, and applying it to my life, because I need to be centered. And let's face it, this crap that we have going on now, between the pandemic and things that are going on, that we have to find some sort of balance, because in 1 minute I was just wanted to scream. So I decided I have to be centered. That's the word I'm looking for. So me personally, I get up early in the morning, and I'm not looking at the phone anymore. I'm not looking at the iPad. I'm not turning on the television, and I'm getting centered with the universe, going on the grass, grounding. And I find myself, when I do things like that, I have my crystals, I have all of that. I personally don't have to know when there's a full moon. I tell people that the moon speaks to me. And when I wake up and go, I just have this pull, this urge to go outside. And then I see the full moon. So I just, so I'm listening to the universe, God, whoever's talking to me, which is God. myself, I'm listening to that, or I'm paying more attention to my instinct, gut instinct, whatever that is. And when I pay attention to it, I never fail. And I'm trying to remind or telling other women, you have to listen to that inner, whatever, inner voice, whatever you want to call it. We have to listen to it. So I'm in alignment with you, because I'm telling you, I said the other day, I was saying something and I said, I don't want to do this conference call. I'm exhausted, I'm tired, but I don't want to call them and tell them I don't want to do it. I promise you, I go on my email and they reschedule the conference call. So I know I have to be careful. That's why you have to be careful of the words coming in and coming out. So for me personally, I'm an indigo child. So we figured that out,
Me too. Me
Real,
too.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. So I'm an indigo child, so I have to be very careful with my words. And I, I used to be the best person when it comes to revenge. I know how to get you back. I don't do that.
Girl.
Look, I'm keeping it real. I don't do that anymore, because if you, whatever you put out, and if something negative comes back, I'm not going to look at it negative. I'm going to look at it what I'm looking at it now as, because girl, I'm grown now. I'm putting on my big girl panties now. I'm wearing granny panties. Okay. I know now how to navigate, and not because you did this, I'm going to do it. I'm still going to love you. I may not have you in my circle, but it's because I would say, I would hear like, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. And I'm like, look, I can do it better. But sometimes when things happen to that person who's wronged me, I am praying for their deliverance, because I'm like, oh my God, I didn't expect all of this stuff to happen to you. So
Right.
like you said, that when you get highs, what determines your character is how you act when you're at your lowest point. That's what determines your. So I love your teaching. Talking to you, reading your stuff. I'm just digging you, chick. I am digging what you're talking about, because we need this, and more than ever, people are seeking. This is nourishment for people's soul.
You know what's so funny is everything you said was me. It really was. Okay, only girl in my family. So had a lot of boy energy. And men are just by
Mhm.
nature, they're conquerors and destroyers. So as a child, in order for me to survive, I had to learn how to conquer and destroy. Right. And when somebody did something to me, girl, I was like, how can I get them back? Revenge is mine. Right. Thinking, but it was funny because once I started like embracing these principles and stuff, I still, man, it took me a while to get to that point, but I was starting to incorporate them in other areas. But as far as when someone did something to me, I still wanted to get back at them. But it took me a while to realize that that person came into my life for a reason, and they did what they did to me. For one, I allowed it to happen because there were signs before everything happens. I wasn't tapped into my intuition, right? And two, I'm supposed to learn something very valuable from this, because I will guarantee you it will not happen again. Especially if it was touching to my heart and soul. It's not going to happen again. So it's a lesson that I needed to learn. And as painful as that lesson was, it was a lesson I needed to learn, and I've learned it so that I can move on and proceed down my journey or my path to bliss. So it's so funny that I'm like, oh, that was me. However, I also realized that sometimes that person doesn't get the revenge. We may not see the revenge, right? We may not see it, but they get it. And if we block them from getting that revenge that's due upon them for all the other transgressions they had against other people, then we take away their lesson, right? So it's a win-win on both parts when you look at that. Even though it may be hurtful, it might be painful, it's a win-win, because now you can move on. You realize, okay, yeah, it is what it is. Let me move on, because there was a lesson in that, and I learned the lesson. And otherwise, if you don't learn the lesson, it's going to be repeated. So the whole holistic thing, once you begin to embrace the principles, that anger, that vengefulness, that stuff that you wanted to do prior to you embracing the principles, changes. Now it's still there in the capacity of you want to succeed and be successful and do what you need to do, but it comes from a place of love and understanding and tapping into your intuition, connecting with the universe, connecting with the beautiful energy of the universe, and being in that place where you're exuding light and positivity instead of darkness and shadows and negativity, right? So the saying is true. We are what we put out. It comes back to us, and we magnetize and attract into our lives exactly what we're reflecting out to others. So
That's true. That's true. Because what I'm doing, and I, because people have seen, my husband has seen the change in me. And because for me, I'm not looking for vengeance. I believe in karma, number one. Okay. I believe in karma. So what I'm doing, and I've applied to my life because my husband knows what I used to do. And I don't do it anymore. And he's like, Jackie, I can't believe. So I'm like, dude, are you egging me on? You said you like this new person. I'm not going to, vengeance. I'm not doing that. What I can do is, unfortunately, I am such a great person. I'm so fabulous. And if you want to take the time to do this, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to block my blessings from the universe.
right.
And by me doing that or payback, so now I look at things as petty, no matter what they do, what they say. And when people see me and they talk to me, they see the light. And it's just something different that people see. And they're like, you're always smiling. You're always, because not only that, Rochelle, I definitely am intentional about gratitude. I thank God not just for the roses, but the thorns, the roots, the grass. I mean, I'm like, I thank the wall, I thank the table, I thank this. And I'm doing that because, I was on a prayer line today, and a young lady said that she would pray to the wall, pray for the wall, like, and I get that now. I so connected with her because we have to show the universe, we have to show the higher power, God, that we're grateful to be here. So many people have died during this COVID, so many people. So obviously I'm here for a reason. I'm here to
Right.
fulfill a mission, and it's my fault. Shame on me if I don't use these talents that he has given me to do something. I don't want to be, when it's my time, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to use all those talents, all those magnificent talents he gave this fabulous person, put that out and help other women. So, what are your thoughts about, using your talents, your passion, your purpose?
I love that. I love exactly what you said because it really does lead into turning your passion into purpose and purpose in the profit. We are here. Every single person on this planet has a purpose that has been bestowed upon them. Now, whether we choose to recognize it, embrace it, see it, whatever that may be, is it's on us. But it's on, it's part of our journey. Some people embrace it, some people don't see it, some people see it, they discount it, so on and so forth. But we all have a purpose, and we all can turn that purpose into our passion. And so when we discover what our purpose is, when we actually seek out and attempt to discover what it is, because sometimes people have a lot of things that they think is their passion and their purpose, and it could be a combination of those things coming together, or it could be just one of those things. But when we really truly seek out and discover what that is, it is a most amazing feeling, because now you understand a little bit about what your destiny is, and you can proceed forward in taking action to make your destiny a reality. And that is absolutely beautiful. How many times do people go through life and never discover or never
Ooh.
realize, what their purpose is? It happens a lot, a lot. Or sometimes things get cut short, or they realize it on their deathbed. Oh, my purpose was this, or whatever the case may be. We're all here, and it can be discovered. It's just we got to take the time to really tap in to the information, wisdom, guidance that comes to us internally, externally, from conversations like me and you are having, because you never know, somebody might be listening to us and something ignites within them, and they really truly discover what their purpose is just by listening to us, because they took the time to listen to what is being spoken within them, right?
And I want to mention this, and I want you to, tell me how you feel. What I think about not just your purpose and your passion and your, turning it into profits. For me, the thing that feeds my soul, I decided, that's why I said, if you want to join our tribe, you must subscribe. It's important to find a tribe of people that
Yes.
support you. And I thank God for the people that I've met, because, as I said, my family is toxic. So what I did was I created a spiritual family. So I have my DNA family and my spiritual family and my tribe. So I found like women like Lene and, Latanya and Denise and so many, my mentors, RJ, Asha, so many, Sharon, Joyette, so many people, Denise, Auntie D, so many people are feeding into me. And it makes my soul feel so good because sometimes you feel like you're an orphan, like you have nobody. But then I decided to not let anyone dictate anything to me, because if I'm going to excommunicate, kick out, detoxify my life, doesn't matter how much I love you. If you're toxic, I can love you from a distance or just shut the door. I'll pray
Right.
for you. So I created another family for myself. And when I say it's the best thing that I've done, because they feed into me if I'm feeling low, because my personality is larger than life. So sometimes you could burn yourself out.
Right.
So what I try to do is surround myself around people like that, because I'm telling you, I was going a little cray cray for a minute, because my favorite place in the world is the library. The library was shut down because
Oh,
because I do a lot of talking. I prefer to go to place silence. The lake near my house, where I would have breakfast around this time, make breakfast and sit down and eat at the lake, they shut down because they're building a bridge. So I felt myself just, something was happening to me inside, was exploding. So now I have to pivot, because this pandemic, you better pivot. Okay. So that's what I'm doing. And talking to women and talking to people and, things like that, hello, Lene, just wanting to see that there is hope. It may seem dim, but we have to start from listening to you and reading your info. We have to invest in ourselves.
yes. Huge. Huge. And here's the other thing that I want to piggyback off what you said about investing in ourselves. It's not only investing in something that you think is going to make you some money. You got to invest in your health and well-being, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, okay, and physically. So many times I see women get caught up in the trap of investing in things external that, might be for their business, or, that shiny it's a object, so to speak. And they won't take the time or the money to invest in their physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional well-being. So it's got to be a key component, because without any of that, it doesn't matter what you invest in for your quote unquote purpose or passion. It's not going to work, because you're going to be too busy trying to manage your health and well-being. So the investment has to be on all levels.
Rochelle, did I tell you I'm digging you? Oh, I got a Charlie horse. Ooh, Charlie
Uh-oh.
horse.
Look, it's all that energetic vibrations I'm sending
I
to you, girl.
know.
This
I'm
is coming
telling
up
you.
through your legs.
I'm like, woo. But what I'm doing is, I think it's so important that what we need to do. For me, I go to a therapist, and people think, that's investing in my mental health. So I go to therapy once a month, or if I need to check in before then, get massages when I can. We have to do these things. Most people will say they don't do it. They do it because of it's too much. You can't afford not to do it. You cannot. You can afford not to do it. We have to take your phone's on mute. Um, we have
Yes.
we have to make sure we do that. So please talk about how important that is, and pouring into each other, because I'm always pouring into people, and I have few people that pour into me. But we have to take the time to listen to our body, to listen to our heart, because right now high blood pressure, diabetes, heart attacks are happening. And when you pour, when if you're this is the issue that I have. When you're a strong woman, people believe you're so strong that you don't need help.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you know about that.
Yeah, I do. I do. Okay, so yes, you do have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your health and well-being. Mental health can come from a variety of aspects. It could come from, I'm going to keep it real. It could
Right.
come from getting a massage. If I had a friend of mine tell me she paid $112 to get her nails and toes done, and you can get a massage for 90 minutes, at least in some locations, for cheaper than $112. And it's going to do so much more for your mind, body, spirit, in your emotional well-being, right? So you do have to invest in yourself. It's good. Go ahead and have some good old-fashioned, hard, loving, passionate sex. An orgasm is great for your mind and your body and your
Mhm.
physical well-being, particularly women. Sometimes we get to a certain age and we don't want to do that. But here's the thing, it's good for us. There's a reason why we live longer than men, right? It's good for us. Anytime you can tap into something that makes you feel so blissful, like an orgasm or getting a massage or something that just takes you out of the here and now and puts you in a different place just for that moment in time, it is so balancing to your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. So investing in yourself comes a lot of ways, but I don't consider spending $112 on a pedi and a mani an investment. But if it makes you feel good, makes your heart feel good, hey,
And
do
that's
it.
why I tell people when we're talking about self-care, because I talk about self-care to women, because women sometimes feel guilty leaving their children, whatever. But anywho,
Girl.
anywho, anywho, my thing is, you need, like Lene just said, it's essential to learn our purpose. Otherwise, we're like nomads drifting through life. And that's so true. It's important, because for me, just going in and getting a vaginal cleaning, you steaming, when you're steaming and you're sweating out your toxins, or just I just like being at places where it's quiet, where I can't even talk. So that's why just going by the lake and looking at the waters and the ducks, and we need to be able to have that, that time, even if it's just, for me, reading is not relaxing anymore. It's like a chore. So now, like, for me, so I'm pivoting. Okay, I want to know more about the Bible, so let me go on YouTube, or let me Bible on tape and listen to it. If it's traffic, it's not a big deal. I think people get so upset and get crazy when it comes to traffic, which makes no sense to me. You can listen to books on tape, you can listen to some videos. I have XM radio. I'm in love with Joel Osteen, and I listen to him, and anything that's positive. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, I'm just finding out again. I knew I was an empath, but now I'm finding out I'm an indigo child. I cannot watch any horror movies now. Within the past 6 months, before I can watch like Friday the 13th, I can't watch it anymore. It does something to my spirit. Shows that I like, if they're killing people, I can't watch that. It has to be positive shows. So like, if there's a movie out, I'll ask people, tell me everything about the movie. And then they think they're spoiling it for me, but it's not. So I have to make sure that I'm watching and feeding my soul, because I got to listen to my soul. So I'm listening to my soul and I'm paying homage to it. But it's so good to find someone who's on the same path as me. You're much further, because I say, as women, we're all in the same book. We're just in different chapters. You're in chapter 22. I'm in chapter 15. I don't want to jump to chapter 22. I need to read between the pages, and because when I read in between the pages,
Exactly.
that's building my muscle. That's giving me wisdom. And then, I would strive to be in chapter 22, but I still have something to learn in these other chapters. So that's what I'm looking to do. And that's for me when I'm out speaking to women and, talking about relationships and all that stuff, and talking about just loving yourself. And I think, Rochelle, I think that's one of the reasons, that's the number one thing that as women, we don't have. Not all of us, but some of us, because I was watching TV the other day, and I'm seeing women are just like fighting, beating each other up. And I'm like, what is this? So I had to turn the television off. But we have to love ourselves.
I agree. I agree. I started this movement, the Unstoppable Women's Summit, and the summit was to bring women around the world together, because we are so powerful when we join together. We got way more power than any men group could ever handle when we join together, right? When we unite, connect, empower each other, inspire each other, motivate each other to our greatness, there's nothing on this planet that can stop us from accomplishing what we accomplish. The thing that you mentioned, and you hit the nail on the head, is we are our most self-destructive group of people, and we're petty about it. We're so petty. Dudes, guys don't do that. When they come together for a purpose, they come together for the purpose. They could hate each other, but if it's a purpose that they want to accomplish, they go unite and do it, right? Women, we can't do that. We let all the little pettiness get inside us and stop us from accomplishing huge, monumental goals. If we could just learn to get past that and embrace the sister or sisters like we should, see the love, see the positivity. Who cares if her lipstick don't match the dress she wears, or who cares if her shoes, don't, who cares? It's to take that sister and bring her up so that she can get those shoes that match the dress and lipstick. You know what I'm saying? We have so much work that we can do. We have so much work that needs to be done here. And it's time for us women to come together and be fierce, fearless, and unstoppable so that we can change the world to make it a better place. I stand 100% on you. I love to read, and I'm a reader too. So I like to physically have the book in my hand because I like to write the margins and all that.
Yes.
But I say to every lady listening, watching us, we are where we are. We are where we need to be right now. I might be on chapter 22 and you might be on chapter 15, but that's exactly where we need to be because there may be 1,000 chapters and I'm still a neophyte beginner I'm just a couple of chapters ahead of you. Probably because I'm a couple years older than you, right? But I'm just saying we are where we are and where we need to be. God doesn't make a mistake. And so when we learn to understand that and people come into our lives for a reason, they may stay and they may go and they may walk with us on our journey for a long time and veer off and come back on. There's a reason for that. So ladies watching, just know, let's just unite. Let's come together. Let's help each other turn our passions into our purpose and profit and build each other up instead of tearing each other down with these little petty nuances that we just can't seem to get over.
And see, what I do in my circle, especially with my young mentees, I tell them to go out and find women, meaning not to seek them, but if you're out and about, what I tell them to do is find a woman that you've never seen before and give her a compliment. I don't care if it's her hair, her shoes, her nails, her smile. Give everyone. So my circle every day, and they'll send me a text like, I met this lady, or they'll take a picture, a selfie, and send it to me and say, this is the lady that I told her, look at her teeth or look at her hair. So if I started in my circle, they started in their circle, and it goes out and goes out and goes out because we don't know what a woman is going through. We don't know the challenges that she has because some people fake it till you make it. So my thing is faking the smile or whatever it is. So let's be kind to each other. You're right. We're looking at who's wearing what, who's wearing the new Louboutin shoes, who's doing this, and the lipstick here. And then she can be looking like a dime piece, but we still have sisters out there dragging her down.
Right.
That ain't real. Her boobs, she probably got a boob job. She's probably wearing a weave. And I'm like, girl, you know.
Yes,
you know.
Right.
You know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have time for the foolishness because the people I'm around, they know. I don't care. Look, if she bought it and it's on her head, that's her hair. We don't have to dissect that. We don't have to dissect, I bet her husband, because a lot of women that I know, they're married and they don't want to talk about their relationships because they're in fear of another woman coming into their household and taking their man. I'm like, look, you can't take my man. If I can't keep him if he don't want to be kept. Because I'm not here to keep anybody. If he wants to go, he can take, look, if he wants to go, take him, okay? Because he don't belong here anyway. I've been, so I look at things as, let's enjoy the small things. Let's enjoy, and I agree, Lene, let's build each other up. But that's why I hate, and I'm going to say it, and I know many of you may not like, I hate the word empowerment. Empowerment is oversaturated and underused. We're not doing it. It's the year of the woman. Okay, what's going on now? It's mostly men who are elevating women. We're the women elevating women, because right now it's the year of the Black woman is what, that's the thing now. We're the trend. Where are the people who is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm so sick of the trend. I'm so sick of that. Someone asked me, Jackie, how can we be part of Women Are Worthy? I said, do you have a vagina? They're like, yeah. I said, I don't care if it was surgically enhanced. Do you have a vagina? They said, yes. I said, well, are you positive? They said, yes. I said, no, not positive if you have a vagina. I'm talking about, are you a positive person? They said, yes. I said, okay, well, you're part of Women Are Worthy. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel and you're part of Women Are Worthy. They're like, that's it. I says, now we're having to let penises in, and I'm okay with that as long as they're positive too. But I find them more positive than the women. So I said, this is a tribe we're working on, and we can't gossip about people. We can't keep that to yourself, because I subscribe to, when they talk, there's a saying about when people are in the room that you don't like, they're in the front row, put them in the back row. I don't want them in my room. I want y'all out of the stadium. I don't want you in the room with me.
I'm in total 100% agreement with you. It's amazing. And you know, it is funny. There are some guys out there that really are inspiring to women. You know what I mean? Coming from a standpoint where they're supporting us to support ourselves. So that we can elevate and really unite in camaraderie, like sisters, like we should. And so it is beautiful, but it is interesting. It's an interesting phenomena, right? Because if a sister is down, we tear her down even more. And if she's up and she's looking balling, we gonna find something. Down. You know, we're going to find something. The blonde was too blonde, or what, you know, it's, you know, and it's like, who cares really? You know, just be happy, just be happy, you know? And so, we got some work to do, but I think we can do it. We can do it. I want to, it's got to be beyond the trend of 2021 where the Black woman is, because there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and I don't want to be part of a trend. I want to be part of a change. I want to be part of a movement that changes things. I don't want to be a trend. I've been a trend all my life. The only this, the only that, the only woman, the only Black woman, the only woman, you know, and that was a trend. I don't want that. I want to be a woman of change. And so if y'all with us, you better subscribe to Jackie's channel. But if y'all with us, y'all need to let us know, because we can't bring you along if you don't know you need to be in the wagon with us, so to speak. All right. So
how can they get in touch with you? Because I want them to, you know, how can people get involved with the Unstoppable Women's Movement? How can they find you? Because girl, you balling. You that in a bag of chips.
Oh, thank you so much. So you can go to my website. It's Blissful Living, the number 4, the letter U.com. I'm all over social media, Rochele Lawson. You could Google me, Rochele Lawson. And it's Rochele is spelled Rochele, because there's no hell in this Rochele. So well, not anymore. No. You can find me at Rochele Lawson on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, everywhere. But you can go to my website for sure. You can listen to my podcast, The Blissful Living Show. It's on every aspect there is. And if you do see me, just, you know, let me know where hey, I saw you on Jackie's show, or, you know, tell me more about the Unstoppable Women, because there's an Unstoppable Women's Summit coming to a town near you. And we do want to support other women. And one of the things that I'm very passionate about is supporting our women veterans, the forgotten women in our society. Yet
that's Lene. That's Lene. Right? She's a veteran. Mm-hmm.
Right? Even my sisters fight along with the men, but we don't see them on TV when they talk about Wounded Warriors. When you hear the word veteran, you think of a man. You don't see the women veterans, yet they need our support just as much as those that they show on TV as the fellas. So I'm very passionate about that. And we need, you know, that's just part of uniting all of us women together. We don't want to leave anybody behind. And I know I don't.
And let me let y'all in a little secret. Guess who's gonna be on her show? Guess who's gonna be interviewed? Wow.
Girl, you a mess like me. Together we gonna be energy. Woo, girl.
It's going to be a hot mess, but you know what? It's going to be a great mess. You know, we're going to have fun. We're going to chop it up, and we're going to have a good time. But, you know, I know you have a lot of things to do. First of all, I want to say I thank you, my sister, for giving me your time, your energy, sharing your beautiful space with us. We really appreciate it. And if there's anything that we can do, please reach out. Let me know, because you're a phenomenal woman. You're awesome. You're just, you're who I aspire to be. Okay. Aww. So I'm going to be there. I'm getting there, you know, between Lene and all my women who are helping me get there. Because guess what? I got all the pettiness out of me now. All the pettiness is out.
Yes.
It's gone. Be gone, pettiness. It's
I'm
gone.
slapping you. High five.
High five. It's gone. So again, I want to thank you for tuning in. We want to thank everyone for tuning into the Women Are Worthy show on the Women Are Worthy network on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Join our tribe by subscribing. We wish you peace, love, and blessings, abundant blessings. And remember, if no one has told you, and I get this on my prayer line, if no one has told you today, I love you. If you need a cheerleader, shish boom ba, I got you. So without further ado, we want to thank you. Have a wonderful day. And it was peace, love, and happiness.